Hey you guys, welcome back, and to everyone else, welcome to Water Wine Wednesday. I may not be as bubbly as I normally am. I am feeling a little under the weather, but the journey must go on and the testimony must continue. So again, welcome to all the newcomers, and welcome back to everyone who is coming back to join us. Today we do have, I hope y'all ready. This one may be a little deep. So get your water, get your wine, get your whatever you want to drink on. If you want your blanket, get your blanket. Whatever you feel like doing, just clean whatever it is. Just listen, and hopefully you'll learn something as well as you can help somebody else. But anyway, here we go. Dear me. Oh my gosh, dear me. That can go in so many ways. I can look at the dear me when I think of the little girl me. I think the youngest picture I have, I maybe was like 5. It was like preschool, pre-K, kindergarten, whatever age that is. And dear me, I love you. And there are some things you're gonna go through in life, and it's gonna make you doubt a lot. It's gonna make you believe a lot. It's gonna send you through ups and downs. But it's okay. It is okay, because I figured out in the end God will win. I know there may have been moments where you all have seen me crying, and people may call it lashing out or being angry on my social media, whatever. And that's part of the journey. Everybody does it differently. I didn't cause anyone harm. I didn't cause myself any harm or anything like that. But did I raise my voice? Yes. Did I cry? Yes. Did I use profanity? Yes, I did it all. Because when I wasn't doing it that way, I was getting the same results. So I had to learn that it's okay to go through this journey and to be alone and sit with it. And I'm learning that there's a difference between isolation and solitude, and God's been trying to get me in solitude. So I'm listening to God. So I don't need anyone else right now in my circle. And that is a dear me, because I'm the one that has to live with me every day. I'm the one that has to be happy with all the choices I make in life. I am. So I'm saying the same to you. You have to realize you're the one that makes the choices, that does that in your own life. So you have to figure out which way will make it better. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love my shirt. But I'm realizing I'm really ready for my back and my foot to be better, so I could lose my weight back. But I always get kind of sidetracked. However, yeah, you have to realize that you need to take a look at you and the choices you are making in life. And that's what I had to do in my solitude. There was a time for years I was celibate. It didn't bother me. Did I have temptation? Yeah. But it didn't bother me because I was true and honest in my celibacy journey. And me and God got closer and had an understanding. And I want to say it was probably about 7, 8 years. And then all the devil needs is a pinhole. And I allowed that pinhole. But I'm grateful that I'm in the space I am now because, yes, I am married. No, me and my spouse are not in the same space at all, can't even reach each other physically it, at all in this moment. But I'm still true to that. So I'm grateful God sent me through that celibacy journey because I know how to keep myself. As a married wife, I know how to keep myself even when me and my spouse are not in the same space because I went through that celibacy journey and that solitude. Now, at certain moments, I made it isolation, but it was God's solitude. Let me see, testing me and showing me and quizzing me basically for my journey as a wife. Like God was letting me know, oh, okay, if you can handle this, if you can handle all these temptations that's coming after you and not open your legs and this and that, all right, cool. That means you know how to be a wife. That means you know how to hold yourself. You know how to be friendly without being overly friendly. And that is one thing about me that my spouse does say I'm too friendly. And I understand where my spouse is coming from. However, that's my personality because I know and I understand where my heart belongs and the vows I took wholeheartedly. I believe in God and I believe in the way that He ordains marriages. So no matter what I'm faced and tempted with, I know where my heart is. I know where my temple is. I know who my body belongs to. And at first it belongs to God, and then it belongs to my spouse. So I know how to hold myself, and I know how to not allow that pinhole to enter in any way. And there have been temptations a lot, and I have almost failed. And it's crazy because in my way of almost failing, it's just, I just wanted a friend that I could chill with and cuddle with, just do that with. And I had to get to a point in the journey where you can't do that with your spouse physically, so find a different way to do it. So we do virtual date nights, sleepovers, whether we're on good or bad terms. Like, we're working through it. We're going through this marriage journey and life journey together, and ups, downs, and difference. So until God tells me otherwise, I'm going to keep with His word and I'm going to stand true to it. If I sit on my hands, you guys, I have anxiety. So, but anyway, so yeah, that is a dear me with my spouse. And then I can say dear me as far as my family. I got to the point where my family is my family, and they're either going to accept me or not. And when they decide not to accept me, there's nothing I can do about it. I have to let them go through that journey on their own. They decided not to have that part of the journey with me. So God say, let go. Okay. There's nothing I can do about it. That's why I say isolation and solitude. There's different parts of it. Right now, God is calling me for solitude with that. He is literally changing my viewpoint on a lot, including him, because the way I grew up, it was like God was loving, but God only really loves you if you kept his word. Um, and that's not really how he is. God loves you whether you keep his word or you don't. He's giving you options. He's giving you choices in life. He created us to make a choice on whether we want to go to heaven or hell. No one else can make that choice for us but us. So once we get that understanding, it becomes a little different. Um, it really does. It truly, truly does. I have a few clients who I'm working with, and I'm like asking, change your mindset on how things happen. Oh man, I'm broke only because I got 62 cents in my account. No, you ain't broke. You got money. God blessed you not to be in the negative 62. So you're in the positive. So that's a blessing. High five. That is a blessing in itself. So it's like change the way you view things, change the way people say things to you. People used to say things to me like, oh, you'll be back to a man, da 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 da. I had men. They treated me worse than my spouse. So I don't understand what you're trying to tell me. But you wouldn't know because you didn't go through my life. You're judging a book without even reading it. You ain't get to the first page in the introduction, but you're telling me what I'm going to do. No. I like where I'm at. I love where I'm at. I do. Nothing's going to change that in my heart but God. So there's so many things that you just have to change the way people say it to you. Oh, you say I'm gonna be back there? Okay. You think I'm gonna be back there? You know what? You are absolutely right. I am gonna go back to a man. I'm gonna go back to the man that created me, which is God. See how I just changed it around? And God gonna please me in every way. So what can you do that my spouse and God can't do? Like, it's so many things. And even when it comes to, a lot of things comes back to my spouse. But even when it comes to my spouse, I had to continue my healing journey in solitude to realize my spouse was literally every single person that I was dealing with in my life in one person. So my spouse had characteristics of my parents, of my siblings, like of my friends, like, and I don't mean, I'm sorry, not characteristic, traits, however you want to say that. But their behaviors were very similar. And people would be like, well, why do you stay with your spouse if your spouse is abusive? And I had to really sit and think about that. And I had to get comfortable with, I was okay with it because that's what I was dealing with my family, just in different parts of my life journey. So why is it okay for me to be abused by my family and not by the person that I actually want to spend the rest of my life with, who actually wants to change, who actually is showing the fruits of changing? So, like, go back to what? I don't get it. I don't get it, you guys. I don't get it. But that is definitely a dear me. Would I change anything? If I had a choice, I would change the whole thing. But if I had to relive my life the same exact way just to get to the point I am now, I would do it all over again. I would do it for my family. I would do it for my spouse. I would do it for my kids. I would do it for me. And that's where you have to get in life. Like, you really have to do a dear me letter. Like, are you okay with the things that happen? Have you actually healed from the things that happened to you? All the trauma that was created in your life. Have you healed from it? Yes, you might have moments where you are crying and going off, and yeah, you're gonna have those moments, because healing is not pretty. Healing is not, oh, oh my goodness. Healing is not that. Healing, serious healing, is when you're hurting and God comes and heals you like a baby. He says, oh, my baby is hurting. Let me come and give it a bottle. You might be a little thirsty. So God gonna give you a bottle if you're thirsty. God gonna give you a pacifier if you don't know what you want. Are you wet? God gonna figure out how to change you. You literally have to ask God, change me. My diaper wet. So change me, cleanse me. So don't just think of it like a bit. Cleanse me, cleanse my heart, cleanse my soul, cleanse my mind. Literally, that is how the healing journey works. That's why it's a dear me healing journey. Yes, you want people to understand and listen to you. Yes, you want all of that. There's a song that says, it's Bricks. I'll make sure I link that. However, it's like she's giving things that she didn't have. I'm literally giving things that I didn't have, but I'm sharing it because I want other people to have it in their way. It's so much joy in that. It is so much gratefulness in it. Like, it's unexplainable. It's like an unspeakable feeling that you have, and euphoric. Literally, it is just like that. Yes, things are going to happen that are not pretty, but the love that God will instill in your soul, that's the most gorgeous thing you can ever imagine. Ever. So, yes, people may not talk to you. Yes, it's going to hurt your feelings. Yes, you're going to cry. I'm saying this to myself. Kendra, yes. Yes, it hurts. Yes, you want to hug your parents. Yes, you want to laugh with your parents. Yes, you want to just text your family. Yes, but they're not in that journey. And you have to be okay with that. And I am. I am perfectly okay with that. I know the things that are coming, and it's not going to look pretty for either side. But for me, it's not going to look pretty because I cry a lot. Or I take that back. I used to cry a lot. Now I talk to God. I get my water, my wine, my Coke, whatever I got, and I smoke. And me and God be just out there talking. Literally. Every single day. I made it a routine. God is a part of my grateful mornings. Literally. First thing I do when I wake up, I'm either finna play my grateful morning playlist, or I get on my knees and I pray. And at first I couldn't get on my knees. I just started getting on my knees. Might have to slow down, but me and God have that understanding. Because either way it goes, I start, God, I want to thank you. Thank you for at least waking me up this morning. Lord, I want to thank you for being so gracious to allow me to use the limbs you gave me in the way you want me to use them, God. Because I can't use my limbs the way I want to. Whether I'm healed or not physically. Either way it go, I can't. So I pray and I ask him to use it in the way he wants me to use them. And it's so amazing how God works. Initially, during my recovery journey, I didn't listen to gospel. I listened to whatever soothed my soul, whatever gave me peace. That was rap, whatever, anything, but it wasn't gospel music. And God told me, he said, you know, I reach people in different ways. I say, huh? He said, you didn't come to me by listening to gospel music. You came to me by listening to what they call secular music and this and that. But I used them all because it was certain songs I would listen to that had positiveness in it, that was about love and understanding how to love yourself. Because I couldn't get up, I couldn't go anywhere. I basically went from the bed to the bathroom, bathroom to the bed. That's all I did. So I had to find a way to get out of that bubble, because then I was becoming stagnant and my body's going to get worse because I'm not doing anything. Can't work, can't do nothing. So the music, okay. Then I start going outside, sitting in the car, okay. Then I realized, oh, okay, maybe I could start smoking a little bit, okay. Then I realized I couldn't, because I ended up right back in that hospital. God said, no, it ain't time yet. Say, all right, God, you got it. I ain't even gonna play with you, God, because you done saved me. I was laying there on that ventilator. So you got it. I ain't got time to go back. What can we do now? So Kendra stopped, and Kendra just went outside, listened to that music. Went outside, listened to that music. I started walking to the stop sign, like literally thanking God for allowing me to use the limbs he want me to use in the way he want me to use them. Like, that's amazing. When I sit here and I tell people, I say, 9 months ago I was on the ventilator. They say, huh? I say, yeah. 9 months ago I was on the ventilator and I had a fractured spine and fractured ribs. They say, what? And then I break down, I say, and now I don't have any family besides my kids. I don't even have my nieces and nephews anymore, which I understand and I respect, but it hurts. That's the thing. But I had to let them know it's okay to hurt me so that you won't feel the hurt I feel. So it's okay. I understand. They have to go through this journey the way they have to go through it. I completely understand and love every single person. I do. But I literally, that's my I am app, you all. Let me see what it says. I am. I act with confidence and courage. Jesus. You have to. You have to act with confidence and courage. When I wanted to express my hurts, initially I was not confident. I did not really have the courage, because I would be like saying it real nice and I didn't get any help that way. So I'm like, okay, all right. So let me say it a different way. And I became a little more confident in the way I said it, because I became confident in me. I'm like, why is all of this on me? I had to have courage to be, oh, wait. It shouldn't be on me. So let me change that. Act confident. I had to act it because on the inside, every single word was hurting me, you guys. Every single word. It hurt because I love my family. I love my spouse. Oh my gosh. If y'all understood my heart, I have done anything for all of them. And then for it to not be reciprocated and for this to be portrayed as a loving and God-fearing and Christian family, that hurt even more. You guys, like, when I say hurt hits different, when you react to that hurt and you've been hurting for so long, it starts to hit different when you change. I gave quote unquote warning to my family that when my youngest graduates, I'm done taking care of everybody. I gave that to them. I went down from 5 to 4, 3. I started backing up. 2, completely started backing up. This is the last year, you guys. And I'm gone. Complete. They get nothing from me now. They get love from a distance because they're not healed and they're not willing to look into themselves to heal. They only want to look at me. If you pointing fingers, how many pointing back? Y'all see all them fingers pointing back, right? 1, 2, 3, and then this one. All of them. So it's like, I had to break it off. I had no choice. They gave me no choice. God allowed me to give choices. God allowed me to attempt to communicate my side and what I'm going through. But they didn't see it that way. They wanted to see it the way they want to see it because they're just used to me handling it. And when I stopped handling it, they thought the best way is to act. Because you don't know how to communicate. I've been communicating for years. I've been begging for years. I've been giving y'all a timeline for years. And now that that timeline is done, I get treated as if I'm nothing. Literally been told to get out as I had a sibling on the phone praying. I literally put my hands on my father's forehead and he jumped like he wanted to hit me. One hand with the cane and the other like he wanted to hit. What? That's the devil. That is the devil. And I said, so you want to be abusive? No, get out my house. So you can't even have a conversation with the enemy that you feel is the enemy as a pastor. You can't attempt to save my soul. You want me to get out. I say, so if I want to go and harm myself and go to hell, that's okay with you? Well, that's your decision. But I have seen these people, my parents, I have seen with my own eyes. They will stop to a stranger crying on the street or whatever and attempt to save their soul. But my parents didn't even attempt to save mine. But I'm still supposed to be doing for you. I'm still supposed to be picking you up off of the floor, picking your daughter up off of the floor, your wife when, like, I'm still supposed to be doing and I'm not receiving anything? No. I done sold my seeds. I sold my seeds. That's why I was able to come off that ventilator 9 months ago. That's why. Because I did that first commandment. God didn't care whether I was married to a woman or not. God doesn't care. I'm in love with a woman who identifies as a man. God doesn't care about that. God cares about my soul and what I did for him. And how many did I bring to him, and did I honor him? That's what God cares about. He doesn't care about what Christians dislike and how big they want to make the homosexualness in the Bible. But I continue to ask Christians, okay, so this homosexualness is not allowed in heaven. This is where it says it at. But what's the reason why? Read above it. And none of them actually comprehended the above it. But if you comprehend the above it, it's because they were doing wrong. They were raping. They were manipulating. They were doing all the things that are not of God and are of the enemy. But God actually had same-sex relations in the Bible. Let me see, and there's one saying, there's one in particular. I should have had this set, you guys. I apologize. Okay. All right. Same-sex relationship in the Bible ignored by many Christians. You may have heard many hellfire and domination preachers, especially emanating from the USA, now populating places like Africa and condemning homosexuals as deprived perverts who will spend an eternity in hell, and so on and so forth. I'll fast forward. That is the message of hate stands full square in opposition to the teaching of Jesus as witnessed in the gospel. Seems to be totally lost on them. It may surprise you that in the heart of the Old Testament is the story of same-sex love involving King David, arguably one of the most important Jews that have existed, and Jonathan, a prince and son of the first king Israel, Saul. So, David was the greatest king of Israel, the slayer of Goliath, no less. And Jonathan was a noted military leader in his own right who had defeated the Philistines in war. They are giants in the Bible. Also, most importantly, via both his mother Mary and his adopted father Joseph, the most famous Jew of all, Jesus, is directly descended from King David. The story starts with David, then a lowly shepherd boy, having killed the giant Goliath. The leading protagonist in the war of the Philistines versus the Israelites, the first king of Israel, King Saul, gloriously honors David. So, 1 Samuel 1:18, 1 through 4. And I'm going to read this and I'll be done. So, now when he had finished speaking to Saul, the soul of Jonathan was knit to the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul. Saul took him that day and would not let him go home to his father's house anymore. Then Jonathan and David made a covenant because he loved him as his own soul. And Jonathan took off the robe that was on him and gave it to David, with his armor, even to his sword, and his bow, and his belt. Yes, King David and Jonathan had a covenant. And that was okay because it was love. They didn't discuss anything sexually, but they loved each other like they were their own. They made vows. I made a vow to the same sex I am, but just identifies as something else. We're two souls that love each other. Through God, we're healing each other. So why is that so bad? Why is that so wrong? If there's anybody out there who has any comments about John, you would like to discuss it, you would like to ask questions, we can go through this together because this is a journey. This is life. I want everyone to know, and this is even Pride Month. Jesus. Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Month. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, you guys. This is the first time I'm really realizing I'm part of the LGBTQ community plus. And it's Pride Month. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. God does things for a reason. He does. Happy Pride Month. I promise you that God loves you no matter who you love, no matter what you love. God loves you, and your soul is important. So shine through it. Make it bright. Oh my, live your life authentically because no one else can. No one else can live your life authentically. No one can. Only you. So do that. Do that and watch the change. Change the way you feel negativeness is coming to you. Change that. Negativeness, my family not talking to me, that hurts. Yeah, I'm gonna change that. My family's just going through a process. My family needs to heal. And I want my family to heal, so let me go ahead and let them heal until they're ready. You see? I know that they love God and they want the understanding of God. So I understand and I respect that. So let me go ahead and allow God to do his work. I done did intercessory prayer. I interceded on my parents, my family, my spouse's behalf because it's necessary for them to heal if they want to be a part of God's actual creation and joy and life. Like, you guys, it's so amazing to have a euphoric feeling. Like, I want to take you guys and do this outside one day. I want to do that. I'll see how I can work that out because I stay upstairs and, you know, carrying things. But it's God's creation. It's like so beautiful. He wants everyone to enjoy your life authentically with his happiness and his joy. He wants that. He don't want you to be like, oh, I'm broke and I can't do this and I can't do this and I don't have. He don't want you to think about all that. Change your mindset. I ain't got no spouse right now, God. You know what? So let me go ahead and practice how to be a spouse. Let me train myself and my surroundings about bringing into a spouse. So when my spouse comes in, everybody knows, hey, this is my spouse. This is how things are going to go. No, I can't just talk to you. I need to finish talking to my spouse. I need to open up because my spouse may need me in a different type of way. And when we're done, yes, we can handle this. Yes, we can handle that. But change the way you view it so you can open yourself up to those possibilities. Because the possibilities are there. God is putting it in front of you. But then you being in isolation, well, God, send me a husband. Well, did you go outside today? Did you just take a walk? How am I bring you a husband? How am I bring you a wife? If you in isolation, I called you to solitude, meaning you do these things and get closer to me. Because once you get closer to me, as in God, that man or woman is going to easily come through. Like, it's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing journey. And it's beautiful. It really, really is. When you change your mindset about the things you think are negative and just turn it into a positive sentence, because it literally starts when you think it. When you think it, you start speaking it. You literally think, oh, he ain't text me, so he must got somebody else. Why you got to think like that? Why not think, oh, he or she ain't text me. Maybe they busy. They could be at work. They could be relaxing. They could be in the shower. It could be anything. You just send the text. If they don't reply, then you, oh, okay, this is what I don't like. I don't like for a man or woman to not reply to me by a certain time. So if they don't do that, oh, let's cut them off. Move to the next. But if that's something you can fix, you know what? Because me personally, I have kids. Yes, my kids are older now, but when my kids were younger, like, everybody got put on hold for my kids. Every single person. My kids. Okay? My kids come in the room, I'm going to talk to my kids. I don't care who on the phone. I don't care about nothing. My kids, number one. Then I had to learn, like, oh, wait. Okay. I wasn't with my spouse legally at that point. But we were together and we were just dating, and my kids walk in my room and talk to me. I'm going to talk to my kids. My kids call me. I'm going to pick up. I don't care what we're doing. Then my spouse was like, we could be in the middle of a conversation and you're going to pick up for them. I'm like, yeah, they're my babies. Why not? Something could be wrong. But I'm also taken away from my spouse. And we had to go through that. And I'm glad my spouse broke that down. So I can't just pick up the phone if me and my spouse in a conversation. But I had to go through that with friends. So if my friend called and I'm with my spouse and me and my spouse, nope, can't pick up the phone. Because usually I'm the one that, hey, what's going on? You need me? Okay, yeah. Now I'm like, oh, okay. I got to determine whether I want to answer the phone, because me and my spouse could be having a conversation. Me and my spouse could be going somewhere doing something. And then I have to determine if whatever space that person's in, is it going to change my space? Like, literally every decision you make matters for you. And when you realize it, you start to make different type of decisions. You do. And those decisions start to come out better. So your reactions start to come out better. And
your actions start to come out better. It is literally a life journey. Life is a journey. Enjoy the ride. Yes, with mushrooms. Oh my goodness, you guys. Yeah, I've tried mushrooms. I guess that's what they call shrooms. I don't know. Yeah, I've tried that before. But that is the Dear Me episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. What is your Dear Me about? Like, let me know, you guys. And even in my Dear Me, like, I went through an abortion. I wouldn't change that. Do I wish it would have been different? Yes. However, I wouldn't change how my life went because it brought so much joy and peace after. Yes, I had to go through some shit to get to this space. When I say I had to go through some shit, I just told y'all I was on the ventilator 9 months ago. I was in an abusive relationship. I was in an abusive family. Like, literally. And you, again, abuse is not always physical. Please remember that. There is emotional abuse. There is mental abuse. There is a lot of abuse that is not just physical. Okay. There's spiritual abuse. Think about it. I was in a Christian household all my life, raised up in the Christian church. So, spiritual abuse. Not listening when I want to express myself. Emotional abuse. Also, mental abuse. So, I went through these abuse things in my family. So, it made sense that I would, of course, go through the same thing in my marriage because trauma attracts trauma. I had trauma in my life. My spouse had trauma in his life. And we clicked and we bonded. But it was more than just the trauma that bonded us. There was also true love and true passion and genuineness that bonded us. And I literally prayed. And I prayed. It's crazy. God told me. God talks to me. I'm going to have to see if I can get some of the people on here where I literally told them some things that God told me and the things they went through. But God told me to tell my spouse, and it's so crazy. God told me that this was after we had sex, but before we were married. God say, you have an option. And you have to give this option to your spouse, my then boyfriend, okay? Because we were dating. So, you have a choice. You can continue to have sex. That is this amazing, great sex. And everything y'all go through is going to be some hell. Or you cannot have sex and it will be a little easier. I gave that option to my spouse, and yeah, we kept having sex. And we went through hell. Yeah, went through hell. So yeah, God reveals a lot to me in a lot of different ways, and sometimes people listen and sometimes they don't. And when they don't listen and I get the worst feeling of it, that hurts even more. But yeah, that was Dear Me. So what is your Dear Me?
always listen to you. No matter what anyone says or thinks, always listen to you and know your truth, your word, your God, your faithfulness. Come up with a routine. I literally had to come up with a daily routine at first, and then I moved to a weekly routine. Like my daily routine, as I told you, I wake up, I pray, I play my Grateful Morning playlist, and I had to write this down on my weekly planner. After I play, no, while I'm playing my playlist, I start brushing my teeth, washing my face, getting ready, put on my clothes, and then I go for my walk, still playing my pet playlist, still play. I do my dances, so I love to dance, and I realized something. My spouse told me that my spouse knows I'm happy. He knows I'm happy or I like the food when I'm dancing. Like, no type of way. I love dancing. And so God told me, you remember your spouse said da da da? I said, yeah. He said, what you doing right now? I said, dancing. He said, that's happiness. That's the peace. Your spouse told you that because when you have that good food and you be dancing, that's your happiness, that's your peace. I'm like, oh snap. Listen, I love dancing. I even used to be a choreographer for a church group. I believe it was called God's Gift. And I did a dance routine. And I remember that I have not did or seen this routine in over 20 years. And I had a brain injury. But I remember that dance routine a little bit. And I'm actually going to post it. But like, I'm happy. I literally just be walking down the street, limping and everything, dancing. Whether it's gospel, like I have gospel, I have rap, I have country, I have soul, I have a gospel playlist. I'm sorry, a Grateful Morning playlist. And I go on about my day. And there are some sexual playlists. Sexual songs in there too. Because I am married. And me and my spouse, morning times, afternoon, lunch, dinner. So there are all types of songs in the Grateful Morning playlist. And he told me, you have to do this every single morning in order to start to see your process get better. I literally do that every single morning. And I don't feel like it. And a lot of the times, it be raining. I'll be right on out there. It's just God's water. I don't need no umbrella. I don't need no nothing. I just go. I came into this world, whether it was raining, snowing, whatever. So why can't I just go in his world, whether it is raining, snowing, or whatever? And people see me, they be like, you just be in your own world. I say, yeah. Me and God be talking, I be dancing, and then we be singing. And he be like, but that ain't gospel. No. But what that mean? God love that person. I love that. God love that person. So just because it ain't gospel, that mean God don't love them and I shouldn't listen to it? No, I'm good. I'll listen to it. I'll listen to it. Yeah. Thinking with my dick. Kevin Gates. I walk down the street, playing it, dancing, all day long. More Than I Can Bear. Kirk Franklin. All of it. Hezekiah Walker. Ty. Like, I literally play all musics because God talks to me through music. God allows me to talk to other people through music. Oh, who played that song? I ain't never heard that before. Oh, well, come look. Da-da-da-da-da. Whole conversation done started. Oh, okay. Well, how you find this? Oh, so my Grateful Morning playlist. Da-da-da. You got to talk to God because my playlist might not be your type of playlist. But at least you have a Grateful Morning playlist and agenda. Like, it starts with that. Start with something. You have to be intentional about how you're going to go about your day. I want to go outside and make sure everybody got to smile today because I don't want to hear no, what is it, negativeness. So, in order to make sure everybody got a smile, what you got to do? You got to go out there and do it too. You can't expect for them to not have no attitude. Wait a minute. Check yourself first. Lord, whatever attitude and whatever I went through, please leave it behind because I don't want nothing to interfere any goals and dreams you have for me today, God. So make sure you encamp your angels around me. Keep me in your perfect peace. So that way I can shine through and then they get to see you. Like, those are the type of prayers I pray now. I don't care about other people being happy with the expense of my sadness. I don't care anymore. And that's the best feeling ever. I care more about showing God's love and making sure that people understand you can be a sinner. You can have, quote unquote, done the worst sin, but God still loves you. And guess what? I do too. I do. I love you. I love you unconditionally the way God allows me to. And he allows my light to shine in a different way. He does. But until next time, what would you do? What is your Dear Me? You all heard mine, so let me know what yours is. And don't forget to catch us again next Wednesday, every Wednesday. And we also have our motivational Monday corners and our Freedom Friday corners as well. Like positiveness. I would love for motivation to be, okay, this is what motivated me during the week. Friday, what did I get free from? I came free from all that stress because Monday, that motivation I had on Monday lasted all the way to Friday and I became free. So here it is. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Got to keep that motivation going. Keep that freedom going. Like, we got this. I believe in you all. We're going to break generational curses. We're going to create generational blessings and wealth, especially in the brown communities. We have to show love, you guys. We have to heal. We have to be mentally free. We have to be spiritually open to actually what God's creations are and his will. It's so amazing. But again, I love you all. I can't wait to see you all next Wednesday. Until we meet again, God loves you. I love you. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend. Either or all.